engineered sinful nature, mankind, and we have it. If part of being born again is to come to fruition, to overcome, to be trained, to overcome, and to be resurrected, to be transformed, to be glorified bodies. The whole humankind is part of this genetically engineered sinful nature in us. Whatever level you have power, you don't have power sometimes. You have sickness instead. We are part of that genetically engineered sinful nature, mankind, but we have it. If part of being born again is to come to fruition, to overcome, to be trained, to overcome, and to be resurrected, to be transformed, to be glorified bodies. But it's a part of the fall, and deliverance from that is the resurrection. We are part of that genetically engineered sinful nature, mankind, but we have it. If part of being born again is to come to fruition, to overcome, to be trained, to overcome, and to be resurrected, to be transformed, to be glorified bodies.
Lord, thank you for this morning. Thank you for this a wonderful day that you given to us, Lord. Uh, I hope you you bless Brother Francis uh, uh, for uh, for sharing this topic, Lord, and even for those who will listen and watching this video, Lord. I hope uh, they will be blessed and understand about this topic, Lord. And I hope we can invite other foreigners, other brethren to participate in this podcast, oh God. Uh, this is our prayer, Lord, in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Letter A. What are the evidences that before Adam, it's not just animals, but humanity? Well, there are Christian groups that believe already there is humanity, but the emphasis here is the civilized humanity, almost as advanced as our modern day humans. So, letter A, there are historical evidences. When you say historical, it's a written record of the past. Doesn't mean the writing should only exist in the past. The writing might be written after the time of Adam, but he was writing something about the past. So that's the historical evidence. Letter B is the physical evidence. So the archaeological evidence. So they're not the historical records. They are physical evidences. So we have the megaliths and technological out-of-place artifacts. Then we have the Bible. the young earth. Finally, in letter D, we have the relevance. What is the relevance of knowing these things? What is the impact? What is the significance? What can it do for our faith? So let's begin with historical evidence. Uh, could you share about what you've researched on the historical evidence, Sister Yed?
When proponents of the pre-Adamite theory present their case, they often appeal to ancient historical records and mytho-historical traditions that describe civilizations, beings, or kings existing far back into antiquity, sometimes extending tens or even hundreds of thousands of years into the past. They use myths texts such as ancient Egyptian king lists, and mythic chronologies, Babylonian and Akkadian creation text, Greek mythic epic, ages, the ages of man, Hindu Puranas and Vedic chronologies, ancient Chinese histories and mythic emperors, and extra biblical Jewish writings. And so, two of the most frequently cited sources are the Indian Mahabharata and the Sumerian king list. The Mahabharata is one of the oldest and longest epic texts in human history, originating in ancient India. While it is primarily a religious and philosophical epic, it also contains descriptions of ancient ages, advanced societies, and beings who appear larger than life. Supporters of pre-Adamite ideas point out that the Mahabharata describes vast cycle of time known as yugas, spanning immense ages, ad- and advanced weapons and technology, sometimes described as devastating and godlike beings with that ordinary abilities and knowledge. So within pre-Adamite framework, these descriptions are interpreted not merely as myth but as distorted historical memory, suggesting that ancient civilizations may be recalling events or beings from a world that existed long before recorded history, possibly even before Adam. And advocates argue that such tradition may serve echoes of a forgotten age passed down orally and later mythologized. So, for the Sumerian king list, another major source cited in pre-Adamite discussion is the Sumerian king list, an ancient text that records a sequence of rulers who reigned before and after a great flood. What draws attention is that the earliest kings are said to have ruled for extraordinary lengths of times, sometimes tens of thousands of years, and the text explicitly states that kingship descended from heaven and that these early rulers governed cities before the flood occurred. So the proponents of pre-Adamite theories interpret this as possible evidence that an advanced civilization existed before a cataclysmic flood. The early rulers were not ordinary humans as we know them today, and later post-flood kings had much shorter lifespans, making a clear divide in history. So from this perspective, the Sumerian kings list is seen as parallel to Genesis, but extending further back, possibly describing a world that predates Adam or exists outside of Edenic narrative. So, in pre-Adamite arguments, these ancient records are not treated as scripture, but as historical testimonies that may preserve fragmented memories of an earlier world. The reasoning is that multiple ancient cultures independently describe primeval ages, and these ages often end in catastrophic destruction. Later civilizations remember these events through myth, legend, and kings. Supporters suggest that these similarities point to a shared ancient reality later obscured by time, translation, and religious reinterpretations.
I will want to add super bit because my friend is before a Hindu and before he was converted in a Christianity. So he told me that this Mahabharat is very old epic story. And then some people argue that it's not really that true. Some also don't believe that it's actually real, and some people Hindu people believe also. So they call it epic story, not much history one. They just call it in there in India is epic story because as what I learned from what happened there is a big war that very old, the time of pre-Adamic in our term, and also and um in what happened in war is like they use magic, which they use like magic things for weapons, and they said that it was super advanced. So the thing that is like they said that it's super advanced for weapons, like flying fire that within the arrow, and then the blue things, those kind of magics were,
Laser,
yes, like
energy
lasers.
weapon.
Yeah, like lasers to shoot the enemies with like the thousand of enemies to protect the allies is becoming super unbelievable, like impossible in that time, like pre-Adamic age. So some people like foreigners that is outside of India doesn't believe because of that part. And lastly, so what I search is that they also have evidences like footprints of giants, and I believe that it is from the Nephilim because of the pre-Adamic era. That's it, Brother Ed, what I know.
Mohenjo-daro, or uh, ancient atomic weapons. So let me get ahead of myself. The giants did not exist only in the time of Noah. It pre-existed, oh sorry, previously existed before, in pre-Adamic times. We have giant sword blades, giant spears. They have reports of giants encountered by militaries today. United States military in Afghanistan, if you've heard of that, the Afghanistan giant. Search for that, show the picture. Okay, but when did those giants exist? But look at the sword. No ordinary person would wield that sword. Those giant swords, spears, bucklers, shields. There was a time, not just after Adam, before Adam's time. Of course, after Adam, it's confirmed in the Bible there are giants. But in prehistoric times, there are giants. Animals are giants. Uh, so there could be hominid people, hominid, say hominid, human-like people that are giants. So these are prehistoric men, but they are not even giants yet because they're of the same stature with us. But when archaeologists dug them up, their remains, their fossils, they lived way beyond the time of Adam. They lived hundreds of thousands of years to millions of years. So it's way beyond the time of Adam. So did they exist? So in some Christian churches, Christian denominations, or scholars, they believe they exist. But in the end time message, Raymond Jackson and Richard Gann taught on that, or look at those giants. No? Giant snake, giant haribo, giant. Everything is giant. They have what they call Giganthropus. Giganthropus is almost the size of a giant gorilla or giant ape, more resembling like King Kong in the movies. So there have been lots of that. So it would be no wonder if there are giants in the past. What we see happening in the time of Genesis 6 is just a repetition of history, Nephilim. The tallest person we have right now is 8 feet, but they even had that high, taller. They're 15 feet. Records from Columbus, they saw giant stature of 15 feet, 36 feet. The book of Enoch talks about 50 feet, 50 feet people. So did they exist before the flood? Genesis chapter 6. So there is no question about it. Okay. So these are pre-Adamic humankind. Okay, so of course we're talking about letter B, artifacts and physical evidences. So we're still in our historical evidences.
Sumerian Old Kings refer to the rulers listed in the Sumerian King list. There are documents detailing legendary pre-Diluvian or pre-Diluvian means before the Great Flood. And those rulers they reign long in the history. They are historical early dynasty king. They are Alilum of Eridu, Etana of Kish, and Gilgamesh of Uruk. Eridu, Alilum became king in Eridu. He ruled for 28,800 years. So Alalgar ruled 36,000 years. Uh, and also another two kings that ruled 64,800 years. And other Bad Teriva, he ruled 43,200 years. Imagine this. And Enmengalana ruled 28,800 years. And Divine Dumuzi, 36,000 years. And what else? There are many more. Many kings that ruled before the pre-flood era. Then after the flood, there are many kings in Sumerian that rule also.
Mythology. Epic.
But we are talking about the Sumerian
Pre-Diluvian.
king list. Okay, the Sumerian king list. So,
There's
Francis,
another list that connects. There's our Egyptian kings present after Adam. They connected it. There are lists of kings that are thousands of years, decades of rulership, and there
imagine,
are kings
just
in our
imagine
time.
28,000 years. So
So,
Adam created as on the sixth day. Uh, from we have 6,000 years. The human
yeah,
creation
our
week.
human creation week, our humankind is just 6,000 years ago, with 1,000 years for the millennium. Or do you fit all of them? What do you think? Were they just imagined or
No,
made up hoax? Or
no,
there were civilizations
that's
before the time
that's
of Adam?
that there are uh, uh people before uh, Adam created. So there are lots of evidences in Jan Mahabharata. Oh, there are civilization before Adam. Uh, I have movie that watch 10,000 BC. So they portray that there are people before Adam. That is 10,000 BC. That was Adam 6,000 BC. Existed 6,000 years. So
So all those years dwarfs the age of man under Adam, after Adam. All those ages,
so
they
Brother
run
Francis,
into tens of
the
thousands.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 and Genesis 1:26 could be had a lot of eon of times. So the within the middle of that verse when God created the heavens and the earth and the creation of man in verse 27 or 28 27 I think God God create verse 26, let us make man in our image. So yesterday you said that God never meant or will not mention that he will create the man in his own image. Automatically, when he create the man, it should be in the image of God. So I
So
think
there's
that's
no
it.
need to elaborate. Let us make man in our image if man is already in the image of God. So it's
Right.
like the man already existed, then he would be turned into the image of God. So there was a previous existence of man. Now there are some Christian groups that already believe that. But the difference we are emphasizing right now is not just an ordinary man or prehistoric man, primitive man, caveman. We're emphasizing civilized humanity, an ancient civilization. Would there be an ancient civilization before the time of Adam? Would there be a humanity outside the garden, outside of Adam? There are. I'm talking about other Christian scholars. If there are, then we are just gonna ride their evidence. If we're Berean, we're not too proud not to accept from them, to learn from them, get their evidences. So first, our evidences are the historical writings. Now, I remember the list of kings. I saw it someone else, and maybe in a book, then later in one of the shows, documentary shows. So from the king list of tens of thousands of years, then they move on to the present list of just hundreds of years. Then, mean to say, the present kings after Adam, their rulership is very short. Since their rulership is very short, it would almost fit in the genealogy of Adam that their ages were just hundreds of years, not thousands. What happened? Something happened. So it's not just the introduction of Adam, but the fall of man. Before the fall of man, who were they? Were they humanity? Or could they have been supernatural beings, angelic beings that ruled the earth before the time of Adam? Who were those that were tested? So the I'm gonna use this eternity to eternity. But
It's not only an angel was tested. That's
well, whatever, if they resemble something close to human, they're still supernatural beings or somewhere in between. Okay, so this is before that, before this Brother Gans illustration. If there's a contender, the testing and fall of Lucifer, or testing and fall of Satan, the testing and fall of Satan, or testing and fall of Lucifer. So there, I think Brother Jackson presented it two times. One is in the 1970s. I didn't think he started in the 60s, no? Another is in the 90s, from the beginning to the end. The title is In the Beginning.
just so your contender before starting in 1969. I read it in your library, in the library.
So you saw that testing and fall of Lucifer, oh, it's Satan, no? Testing and fall of Satan.
Satan, yes.
Okay. That's already the digital form. And Brother Jackson's face is, the original contender, because there's a picture of Satan, Lucifer holding the dinosaurs in a leash as though they're dogs. Okay. Aside from that, there are other. He repeated the topic in different contenders later years. This is 1969. Let's go back to Brother Richard Gans illustration, and my previous colleagues with Brother Jackson. They don't want to look at Brother Gans illustration, though it's no different, no. So they don't want even to use it. We're using it. So that's because of bias. Just because Brother Jackson disliked Brother Gan. So even their followers, it's a Nicolaitan spirit, because if my leader hates you, I will hate you also. So if my leader despise you, I will despise you also. That's the wrong, that's the wrong Christianity. But that's a stigma, not just within Christianity, but in all religions. This Nicolaitan spirit. Okay, look at this illustration. This is from eternity to eternity. Other churches, so that's the whole panorama of beginning to the end. So let's zoom in on the prehistoric world. So there are Christians who teach the beginning of the end. Could you zoom it down if it's in the time of Genesis? It's part 2. So he started in Genesis. Okay, you have the illustration down there. This is in the 1990s. Oh, look at that, no? Dinosaurs. There's the Big Bang, creation, the bugs, then the angels, then the old prehistoric world. I was not able to read this, but I was able to read the 1969 contender. This is, I think, in the 1990s. Brother Jackson started a series from the beginning to the end since the 1990s. And this is part two, no? Part one could be the fall of Lucifer. Okay. Oh, this is the testing and fall of Satan. Finally, I had this copy. This what you've read. Of course, all my copies I put it in the library before. Could you zoom it so for others to see? Zoom the top part, then go to the bottom part. Of course, it might take you some time to look inside, but I wonder if there are pictures inside. So could you zoom it? Okay, the testing and fall of Satan. So this is what I had in my youth. Remember, my youth, huh? That's why you have to train your children. In their youth, be fascinated with the deeper revelations from God. Now go down below and zoom on the picture. Just zoom on the picture. I'm having some nostalgia on this. Could you zoom out? Okay, zoom it much further. Okay, look at that. Kill, kill. So they teach that after Satan rebelled, Lucifer rebelled, becoming Satan. All the animal kingdom that was entrusted into his care fought each other, killed each other, beat each other because they received an anointing of being wild, being warlike, being hostile to each other. So that is the influence. That's why God put a stop in the old world. So unless you have a picture of the inside contender, let's get back to Brother Gan's illustration. Let me. Oh, this is the inside. Could you zoom it? So Brother Jackson was proving that there is an old world. I'm not talking of the Mediterranean world. I'm talking of the prehistoric world, a world before the time of Adam. The difference that we're emphasizing right now is the civilized. Is it civilized or just primitive? In the time of Jackson and Gunn, they never emphasized if there were a civilized world. So as far as they could explain it, they're primitive caveman world. They're the animal kingdom, giant animals. Okay, so other pictures if there are. So this is what I read since my childhood. How old before I received the entire message? 18. I was 18 then. So from then on, if you start dealing with God, God will deal with you and God will show you great and mighty things by His revelation, not necessarily prosperity. I've learned to be abased and abound. I've received some prosperity and some hardships. But the most important prosperity of all is the word, the truth, the revelation. Okay, could you go down, show the other pictures before we go to Brother Gan's illustration? Okay, so I hope you can read it by yourselves and be lit on fire. Be on fire for God. Okay, what is the picture down below?
It's just
So
an advertisement.
advertisement. Okay. So let's get back to Brother Gan. I'm gonna use the illustration of Brother Gan. Let's go to the prehistoric time. Zoom on the prehistoric time. If you look at the first circle, that's the prehistoric world. Could you zoom it much further? You see the human-like hominid animals. They're the angels. The angels are the caretakers of the world. Before Adam would become the caretakers of the world,
Brother Francis is talking about in this first circle about the Earth habitated by the prehistoric man and was um, and angels are the one who are taking care of it, while Lucifer had in his mind to control it. And also, here in this picture are the hominids or the prehistoric men. Uh, I would say that this prehistoric man was not in the image and likeness of God. Take note that the only person with positionally in the image and likeness of man was Adam, and that is only 6,000 years from now until now. What we're talking in this civilization is almost a million years, wherein the dinosaurs was still existing. We know in science that um, dinosaurs existed 68 million years ago. And there are people, man,
This is an old revelation, not just 1960s. It started in the 1800s. What we're showing from Brother Gan's illustration, it's not so very prominent among the Christians, but because whatever the scholars discovered, they it's not very much taught in the churches. So it's gradually spreading. But so Brother Jackson taught learned about this as a Methodist. Then he taught about this. So what is this? The understanding, the interpretation, they call it the gap theory. If you can research the gap theory, Sister Remied, before you show it on the screen. So between Genesis 1:1, it is the first circle there. Everything was perfect, prehistoric Earth. Genesis 1:2, you can even zoom in the picture, Genesis 1:2. And the earth was without form and void. Something happened between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. And what was that? That was the fall of Lucifer.
Ice Age. That's Ice Age, Brother Francis, isn't it?
They call it the Ice Age. Brother Jackman called it the Ice Age. But if you're gonna go into detail, it's not the Ice Age is just recent, just hundreds of thousands of years. But the Earth is billions of years old. There are many things that took place on Earth. So Brother Jackson here lacked detail. The churches lacked detail. Later, Brother Jackson had another contender that showed 65 million years ago. The Ice Age is just fairly recently. Right now, we're still in the part of the Ice Age because of the northern and southern poles, ice caps in the
Brother
north.
Francis, excuse me. There is a story I've read, I don't know if it's from Brother Jackson, that there is a big comet that fall down, and that symbolizes, or maybe that's Lucifer in a physical realm. And that makes the ice age, because all the dust that covered the whole earth exists for almost a million years. I think that's Brother Gun. And that ice age past almost a million years, and the Genesis 1, let there be, takes place once again before the another God's the first ga, gap theory or gap age, that when God created heavens and earth is a molten lava, and for it takes also a billion years that the seeds within that earth grows. So it seems that there are two, as I understand, with the brother Gun or Jackson, that there are two gap theory. One is the molten lava, and the other one is the what you called it the recent gap theory, which is the ice age. That's that's what I got under what I take.
There are 4 versions of Genesis chapter 1. So put it in the heading. Or you can copy paste this later in the the series, no? Genesis chapter 1 for applications. For applications. Type it in the heading. Giant font. Genesis chapter 4. Okay. Applications. Okay, just leave it there. Okay.
Brother Francis, and I made add this. In every gap age, then the chronological theory or chronological form of Genesis 1 takes place. So if you are telling that there is a 4 gap theory, then I think we must apply also the 4 chronological order of God's creation.
Precisely.
According
That's
to
why I have a broadcast called Multiple Applications of Genesis chapter 1. Do you have that? Remember that, Brother Ferdinand? I may have that in DWAD, but no one is number 1. The traditional explanation. This is like the young earth. Traditional. Adamic creation. So 1 and 2 is very similar. The difference is just the gap. So let's use the word traditional to show just please type traditional view application, which is the creation of the world is just 6 days, 5 days, 7 days, like that. 7 literal days of creation. So this resembles more the young earth beliefs. We've skipped letter B. We're already in letter C. Multiple applications. We have a broadcast. Who was the broadcaster? It's my studio broadcast. My studio broadcast. Oh, traditional view. 7 literal days of creation. 7 literal days of creation. If Barlito remembers, I have a book called Genesis and the Big Bang. Oh, it's not my book. I quoted from that book. Okay, 7 days literal creation. 7 literal days. So number 2. My number 2 is the gap theory. So that is Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. Just Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. What happened? Destruction. Okay. Desolation. Okay. The fall of Satan. Number 3. This is what Bargeri is saying. Chronological. Okay, chronological application. This is what I call the colossal time clock. From the beginning of creation down through the creation of man. There's a compression. If you can look for the book Genesis and the Big Bang, it will talk about the traditional view, but they will adopt the relativistic universe, the giant universe, billions of years compressed into 7 days, or 6 days actually. That's in Genesis and Big Bang. So, colossal time clock. That's my terminology. Of course, I got it also from their book. What is that? The colossal time clock, billion or 4.5 billion years. So let's go to number 4. And this is what I think you're familiar with, the Human Creation Week.
This will debunk the young earthers, Bro Francis, isn't it?
Young earthers can be correct if you follow the traditional view. Just you use the Genesis na Big Bang book, where it compressed the billions of years into 6 days in relativistic time. You know, space-time has, in relativity, has become one. And if you compress it, we're almost in the 6 days. 7,000 years, Adam to millennium. So you know gap theory. Gap theory, that's the explanation of Brother Jackson. He learned from the denominations. There are some denominational groups that understood this. The chronological, although I learned that term from them, from the scholars, but I don't know their explanation. My explanation is 7 days of creation is it's similar to the compression of Genesis in the Big Bang book. But it's from the creation of the universe, of the world, until the time of humankind. It's not just Adam, but humankind. Human Creation Week is where we get the most revelation, because it's not just from Adam 7 days. It's a blueprint from Adam to Christ, to millennium.
Amen.
Okay, so just to make you understand what I'm talking about, could you show the Genesis and the Big Bang book? Okay, this is the book by Gerald Schroeder. Now, if you can research that, there's an explanation inside. Maybe you can also Google that. Genesis and the Big Bang, 6 days creation. Could you type that? There's an explanation inside where the creation of the universe until the time of Adam, until our time, is almost close to 6 days. So you convert the billions of years into a relativistic time. I saw this when I was young in 700 Club. He was introducing his book. It's explaining there. So could you Google that, Sister Remy, the explanation, the compression of 6 days creation. Just type 6 days creation, Genesis and the Big Bang. 6 days creation. I just wish to take a peek inside the book so that you may have an idea what I'm talking about. So this is what will justify the young earth theorists, because they can justify we're just in the 6th day. It's also similar to my chronological. No? Number 1 and number 3 is very similar, but Genesis and Big Bang book was made to support the young earth believers, but they have to accommodate. Did you know that the universe is so vast and so big, it takes billions of years for the light to arrive to earth,
Yes.
arrive in earth? So how do they account for that? So they try to unite the scientific discoveries with the Genesis account of 7 days or 6 days. That's what gave me my idea in the chronological. So you have to I have to edit, re-upload, but Sister Remy has to give me the video. My previous broadcast of the 4 applications, multiple applications of Genesis chapter 1. So Jesus, where does humankind fit in, depending on what your application is? Chronological. So can you take a peek, Sister Remy? Genesis and the Big Bang, 6 days creation. I wish to read the explanation. Or maybe there's an illustration inside. Okay? I hope
Yes, brother.
you catch with. Were you able to search that? Or anyone else search for that? Genesis and the Big Bang, 6 days creation,
It just
relativity.
says, brother, as that time flows differently depending on perspective. The 6 days are measured from the start of the universe, not from Earth today. When
Yes.
converted using
What
cosmic expansion, 6 biblical days equals to 13.8 billion years.
Is that Earth creation or universe, Sister Yen? Universe
The
creation,
universe,
that's
I
13 point
think.
universe creation.
I think so, brother Jerry.
Yes. Mm. Because as I understand, uh, the Earth was only a 4.5 billion years, or maybe 6 billion years until present. So the creation of universe, they used the MC squared Einstein theory to count the existence of the universe by that travels uh, light years or billion of light years.
okay, I just got back. Were you able to Google it, Sister Ed? What you're reading, could you share screen it? Share screen what you were just reading. Okay, so while she's doing that,
Uh, Reverend Francis, let me clarify something. If though uh, what Brother Menans talks about a while ago, some Christians or some researchers uh, says that it's only a myth about the Mahabharata, the Gilgamesh. How about what we are talking right now? This is it? Maybe they will also tell that this is only a myth.
Genesis and the Big Bang is scientific. The vastness of the universe, it's all been confirmed. And it does not go against the Bible also. Now let's talk about the Mahabharata and the epic. It's not against the Bible also. Is it biblical that there are ancient civilizations on earth? We're in letter C, no? If you cannot share screen what you've read, Sister Yed, because when you explained it, maybe some others could not catch up. It's good that if they can see it visually, what you've been reading. Okay, let me continue my explanation. In the Bible, we have evidences that there are previous civilizations. What evidence? Or if someone else can open the Bible for now. So let's forego looking for the explanation of Genesis and the Big Bang. In Ezekiel 28, the king of Tyre, God mentioned about his merchandise. But he was no longer focusing on the king of Tyre. He was alluding to Lucifer. So Ezekiel 28, there are merchandise. That was my question long time ago. And I remember Brother George explaining the merchandise of eight. They were merchandising rebellion. That's also correct. But to go into more detail, the merchandise, there are commerce. There's a civilization before the time of Adam. And it was in the time of Lucifer. So you mean to say there are humankind that are civilized, that has businesses, economics? That's King of Tyre. So you mean to say there are people before the time of Adam? They were not in the image of God. Last night I was not able to say this. We are in letter
Right.
C, the biblical evidences. Who was the first murderer? Who was the first
It's
murderer?
Satan. Satan, of course.
If Satan was the first murderer, was it because it was proxy by Cain? No.
No,
There's
just
if
early
you murder
civilization.
people right now, even though they're not Christians, you're still a murderer. You get the picture? There is a
Yeah.
humankind. So even today's people, you can say they're not Christians, they're just animals. Yes, biblically they're just animals. But if you kill the humankind today, you're considered a murderer, even though they're not Christians. Huh? Even though they're not Christians.
Brother Francis,
So,
can
Satan
I
was the first
input?
murderer because he
Can I have
he
input,
didn't
brother?
just murder through Cain. He murdered people before Adam. Okay, Hermenan.
Uh, according to I think Isaiah or Ezekiel, he weakened the nations. So
So when he weakened the
if we
nations,
apply
there
that,
were nations before Adam. The fall of
yes,
Satan
sir.
was not after Adam; it was before Adam.
So
The
if we
nation.
apply that to because it is the king of fire.
The
Okay.
the the weakening the nations. It was Nebuchadnezzar actually.
Yeah.
So in
Actually,
Isaiah 14, he used Nebuchadnezzar to allude to Lucifer falling. King of Tyre, Ezekiel 28, he used the king of Tyre to allude to the merchandise, gold, precious stones, etc. King of Tyre really became very rich, no? So God was using the present day kings in the time of Adam to allude to the past, what happened to Lucifer. So what you see in the illustration of God is a simplistic view. Okay, Brother Jerry.
Let me add something. I read in Brother Amos' scribe that the literal topaz, beryl stones, and precious stones was the one whom Lucifer offered to the angels to
Okay,
be with
that's a
him.
carnal view. To be
Yes,
with
yes.
him. Eh?
So
Like he bribed them.
I think yes.
Maybe
But
that's
I think
the
there is a
interpretation of
type of
merchandise.
this about the kingdom of that was in the whole universe, I think.
So I have another broadcast, or maybe an audio. The Lucifer's theophany. Uh, or maybe like similar to that. How he fell. The fall of Satan, Lucifer becoming Satan, is similar to the fall of every Nicolaitan preacher. Very similar. There was a time they were used of God, then they became Nicolaitan. Okay, so you just look for that broadcast in or audio in Kogyo End Time series.
if that
So
so we call the nations, we call the
because there are
civilization
civilizations
the
already.
nations. But when Cain was uh in the land of Nod, or it's already called Nod. So the someone
There were
uh
people there. There were already people there. Who was he
okay.
afraid of?
No,
So
I'm talking to
anyone
the
who
land of
sees
Nod.
me will kill
Why
me.
why they
Will
why
they be
they
children
call
of
it
Adam?
Nod? By Francis Wade. Why they call it Nod? It if it is na, already exists there.
So there are people there
If
already in the land
yes.
of Nod. There are. So
So the
I
land
got an explanation on that, Brother Francis. I read something. I read that they call it nod because they are not talking; they are just nodding. As simple as that.
who said that?
Yes.
Is it Amos? You know when Amos said about
I
Lucifer
think yeah.
bribing the other angels with precious stones, I see that as as childish. But anyway, let him be. And saying people are nodding. That's why they're calling nod. It's an English word you're saying. That's a very stupid, childish explanation for me. For me, that's a childish. I just wish to know from where you read that. This is what Brother Menan has been saying. There are peoples outside the Garden of Eden. Whose illustration is this? You know, Brother Gan believed that Eden was somewhere in the left, somewhere in the Mediterranean Sea. My understanding of Eden is somewhere there in the land of Nod. Because not for me, Nod is somewhere farther away. Or maybe the Tigris, no? Okay, that's eastward.
Brother,
If
I
you
have a question.
remember, I have another broadcast, the location of Eden, then the the eastward castaway of Adam, then Cain, or the eastward direction of God placing Adam in the garden, then casting Adam away from the garden, then Cain was driven off from the face of the earth eastward. So where will you end up? That's what somewhere in Iraq, somewhere in Babylon, somewhere in Ur. And that's where they went back after the flood to build the tower. Okay, Brother Simon, we still have letter B. We skipped
Okay,
letter B.
my question is, you said earlier that Satan is the first killer, right? Or like the murderer. But all those killings Satan did was indirectly. How can you explain it?
I cannot understand your voice. It's very faint, and your English is what the foreigner said. I cannot understand your accent. So could
Okay,
you say, imitate Sister Joanna's voice, clear
can you
and
hear
crisp?
me now?
Yes.
Hello. I have
Okay.
cold and cough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my voice. So, my question is, you said earlier that Satan is the first murderer, or like the killer. So, but all those killings, um, it was done by indirect killing, or like it was done indirectly. How can you explain it?
Indirectly. Okay. Okay. I got your question. So, Sister Remiad, could you show the contender picture again? Kill. The old testing and fall of Satan. Okay. Just to show how. So, how was the devil, Satan, becoming a murderer? Just look at the illustration. He was a murderer from the beginning. So, in Brother Jackson's illustration, his murder was animals. Well, as a beginner, I would agree before, but now it's much more clearer if he not didn't just murder animals. He murdered people, even though those people are not yet in the image of God. There are ancient civilizations. And how did Satan kill them direct? Is it directly or indirectly? Well, if it's directly, I have no story for that, but that's very possible. Indirectly, when he rebelled against God, he caused warfare. So if you know the movies like the Lord of the Rings, those movies, what like there were ancient earths and Ragnarok or those Dungeons and Dragons. there are kingdoms and there are dragons, there are civilizations even way before Adam, but they are not in the image of God. They're under the domain of the angelic beings, and even after the fall. After the fall, the angelic beings still have the control for them with them. So from the civilized world to the prehistoric, primitive world of cavemen, they were all under Satan. And since we are here in letter C, let's go. Let me go to letter D. Um, it's just a repetition of history. What you read, if you understand Genesis chapter 6, before God ended the world,
Brother
before
Francis,
God gave the flood,
can I interject?
something similar happened in the past. There were also floods and fire that destroyed the world. That's
Wait,
why,
wait, wait for that, Brother Francis. Wait. Can an angel or a spirit being kill someone like
directly,
directly?
well, he can cause
You
devastation.
wait. You said yesterday that they cohabited with the humans.
That's what I'm driving at right now.
No.
When it,
What I mean is they can do it sexually according to you yesterday. Then can an angel uh, uh, can kill someone directly physically? They are spiritual
yeah,
being.
they're gonna do that. The angels have done that before, and they're gonna do that again. I'm talking of the fallen angels. Now, can God kill? Can God kill through his angel? Yes. Can the devil kill through his angels? Yes. In the Bible, that has it happened before? Yes. Remember, God sent one angel to kill the host of the Assyrians besieging Jerusalem. Just one angel killing hundreds of thousands of soldiers. That's from the angel of God. How much more for the fallen angels? There's an old civilization, that old civilization got destroyed. Maybe you can show Brother Gan's illustration. No? The dark, the darkness there. There are many details that happen then, and the details, one mirror glimpse of that darkness there. In Could you zoom that closer? The black spot. So it's simplistic to just show it's a dark blackness because everything was dead. God judged the world. God put a stop to everything. It's the explanation of Brother Jackson, Brother Gan. But it's not as simplistic as that. In my prehistoric view, evolutionary prehistoric view, there's a continuation of life even during that time. So it's not just one good creation, then there's blackness, verse 2, then there's the restoration, the gap
Spontaneous
period.
creation.
What I can
I
say
rhetoric.
is, when you see the fall of Lucifer becoming Satan, they are billions of years. Something was on earth. There was a previous civilization on earth. That's why we're finding megaliths on earth that predated the time of Adam. Gobekli Tepe is one of them. I'm not where might run out of time, so that's letter B, no? But we do have biblical backup for that. When Cain was afraid to be killed, when Cain builded a city, when Cain found his wife, it would not come from the lineage of Adam. It would take too long for people to multiply and spread out and then kill Cain. No, it there were other civilizations outside the garden. What the serpent that became a servant of Adam was just one that the later that became the serpent was previously a person that became a servant to Adam in the garden. Go to the right side. Go to the right side. Adam was just a new beginning, a new creation wherein God will take over. The world is not totally uncontrolled by the devil. The devil still controls the world, whether it's an ice age. Just remember the movies because there's no time for Remy to show that. The Dungeons and Dragons, the ano, Game of Thrones, and whatever. Those movies that shows those ancient civilizations with magical powers and dragons. They predated the time of Adam. They were not under the time after Adam. They were before Adam. And during the time of Cain, it was a wilderness out there. And Cain was afraid to go out. Where Cain found his wife, there are people before Adam. And they were still existing. And one of them was being used that became the serpent. One of them became the servant of Adam. So, let's move on to Genesis 6. Maybe you can zoom out a little. I'm sharing what I'm showing right now. I'm going to explain, Brother Menan. Let's say cohabitation. No? What happened between Eve, before Eve and the serpent, later became the serpent? There was Eve and the devil. Did you know before Eve fell, something happened in their mind? What happened in their mind? That's a demonic spirit, which similar to an incubus or succubus. Lilith became a succubus. The serpent what became the serpent? He became an incubus for a short time until God destroyed him. Oh no, he transformed him into a serpent. So the woman would no longer find if he still seek for that, he cannot find him anymore. Adam couldn't find Lilith anymore. She became a succubus, a monster. What he was not yet a serpent. What became the serpent? He was transformed by God, so Eve would no longer sin with him. That's the protection of God for her. Because if you understand sexuality, when a woman
Francis.
did something wrong, she will look for that. Okay. She is easily tempted by that. So God eliminated it, and God gave a commandment to Eve. Thy desire shall be to thy husband. Okay, our topic is not about what kind of original sin. What I'm going to focus here is Genesis 6. What happened in Genesis 6 is not just intermarriages between the line of Adam or Cain. What happened in Genesis 6 is also the cohabitation of angelic fallen angels with humankind. The fallen angels, the fallen watchers, taught science and technology to humankind, and that before Genesis 6, that's the lineage of Cain. If you read the lineage of Cain in Genesis chapter 4, they started to build cities, right? They started to make weapons of war. They started to make music, worldly music. They started to build
Francis,
pets.
It's
Civilization
that is
again.
already
Okay.
that is already an agreement with Herbert W. Armstrong teaching and even Brother Eddie Soriano that the angel was cohabited with, but not in Genesis 6. Their application was in Genesis 6.
Not just
So,
Herbert
also,
W. Armstrong or Eli Soriano. Majority of the end time, not end time. Majority of all Christian denominations believe it was angels that cohabited with men. And I'm not saying that that's exactly what Genesis 6 says. Can you easily pull out Apostolic Doctrine Tract? so others can ask for it. For a moment, let me what I shared yesterday. Last night. I'm gonna share it right now for a moment. So when you explain Genesis 6, it does not directly show angels cohabiting with men, because there are scriptures that go against that.
So
But it
again,
is a
Brother
spoken
Francis,
word revelation.
Brother
This is a
Francis,
spoken word revelation.
interjection
Okay.
again. You mean that angel cannot bring up offspring after their kind? So they just
Use
uh
human beings, even
possess
animals.
Yes, human being.
so they just
So
possess the animals, the hominids, the human like
they can even
to to
infuse
to
power
to be
to them.
like them, or like demons.
Yes,
One
to
is
become
spirit.
demons like them. So humankind, even animal kind, can become demons like them. Not just possession, but an infusion of power, anointing. Just as Christians believe
So
in
that is not
anointing from God.
possession, or what do you call that? Sexual intercourse with the animal like.
Genetic. This is Andrew Durano's fourth
Genetic
fourth.
engineering to the
Genetic
angels,
engineering.
from angels to the
So there is a
angel.
genetic engineering. It doesn't have to be a laboratory, okay? Just what the devil did, he used the previous what became the serpent, what he did to Eve. Oh, that's sexual intercourse. That's how you genetic engineer. Before laboratories today, remember Jacob having sheep or goats, white goats and speckled goats? That's genetic engineering. He used a technique so that his goats will be more numerous than Laban's.
So
Be as
let us
crafty as
first
his
clear
cattle.
let us let can I clear the term sexual intercourse, or just possession for of
Both,
the
both, 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 both.
you mean they have the sexual glands?
No, not sexual glands. They will manipulate the DNA. Just what happened to the serpent and Eve. What later became the serpent and Eve. Is there not any genetic change? Is there not any genetic defilement?
So
Or obstruction.
they not necessarily have intercourse sexually.
Not directly, but they use someone else. Just what
They use
he
someone
used the
else to
serpent did.
be same like them. So the angel possess those hominids to be to intercourse to other human like being.
Yes,
So that
yes. Animals and human beings. It happened before Genesis chapter, in the fall in the garden, before the fall in Genesis 6. It happened before, way back in the fall of Lucifer. He's just repeating history. Genetic manipulation, genetic um
Obstruction.
not the right word. Genetic defilement, no? Genetic change, degradation, no? Genetic corruption. Started in the time of Lucifer becoming Satan. And what happened in the time of man is just a repetition of history. What happened to Lilith is what Lilith is trying to, what happened to Eve? What happened to Lilith? So God gave it, she willingly had sex with the demons through other animals. She became the queen of vampirism or monsters. So, so when the devil possessed the serpent to seduce Eve, it's the same thing. What they're causing to happen. So let me read here in the track. This is an apostolic doctrine track. You may ask this a copy of this. Look at the middle. Genesis 6, sons of God can't be angels because, number one, righteous angels don't sin. So the sons of God are not angelic beings loyal to God because they will not sin. Number two, the fallen angels are no longer called sons of God because they're fallen. They've become wicked angels, fallen angels. Number
Right.
three, their fall was before man, the fall of angels. They didn't just fall on Genesis 6. So this is what Elisariano, others could not differentiate. How do you explain this? They didn't fall only on Genesis 6. They've already fallen before Genesis 6, before the time of Adam. What they did in Genesis 6 was just a repetition of history. But it doesn't necessarily have to be written in the Bible, word for word. You have to understand this by the spoken word. By the spoken word, hidden mystery. It's a parallel. Number four, angels cannot marry. So angels need instruments in order to infect genetic manipulation, genetic corruption. Scientists have a term for that, those hybrids. They call it chimera. C-H-I. Chimera in spelling. No? Chimera, you call that, you pronounce it chimera. What is chimera? These are beings created by genetic manipulation. Here in ancient alien conspirationists, they believe the US government is complicit with alien beings in creating alien human hybrids. But before the time, there were not just alien human hybrids, it's demonic angelic human hybrids. And so Cain was just like a hybrid. But Cain is a type of us. We have, as God gave Cain hope, chance, something the end time believers could not understand. If thou doest well, will thou not be accepted? It's just by the choice of Cain that he missed the grace of God. The same for us. Oh, these are chimeras. Okay,
Uh,
they're hybrid beings.
I,
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong, Brad Francis. I've read that Elon Musk says that, or someone saying that Elon Musk is some kind of an alien.
I don't want to entertain that. Okay. If ever that's true, it's a demonic being. Okay. So is it possible that let's talk about this conspirationist like the lizard people? What do they call that? The lizard people, the serpentine people are among the leaders. What is the right term? The alien race of lizard people. Can anyone help me remind the term? They're different aliens, like they're the grays and they're the, what do they call that? The serpentine people.
Reptilians.
Reptilians. Thank you for that. I'm getting old. So the reptilians are ruling the world through the leaders, etc. So that's partially true, but not there. I don't know up to what extent that the leaders of the world are reptilians, the royal family are reptilians,
Brother Francis,
but
if
they're true before
Andrew
the
Durano is right. The
yeah,
serpent that was tempted Eve was genetic engineered by the angels.
yeah. Finally, I agreed with him, but he will never agree with me. He always views me as always wrong. But being Berean, we should know how to agree with others if we see the point. Okay? I changed my mind when I saw the biblical evidence about the sin of Ham. I changed my mind when I see the biblical backup from Jackson's Barbanum's spoken word that indirectly supported Lilith. the story about the Talmud on Lilith. So this somewhat a semblance of reality. It happened. It happened. Well, it happened literally with Cain. So for the anti-message believers, it's it's a done revelation, but we're going further. This is not our topic. Our topic about previous civilizations. Okay? Pre-Adamic humans.
What happened between Genesis 1 verse 1 and Genesis 1 verse 2 that suggested gap theory? Because some scholars said that before Adam, there were already sons of God, and the creation of Adam was just an aftermath of God's destruction of the ancient civilization, which was before Adam. It shows God's disappointment on his previous creation. Scholars explain that God destroys and then creating another one until it's perfect. Then Adam came into the picture. And will it also happen again in the future that God will destroy his creation? The same thing God did in the gap theory in Genesis 1, verse 1 to 2.
So I answered that a while ago, but I'm going to continue and answer right now because there are several questions there. The last question you mentioned, the answer is letter D. Finally, I have some reason to go to letter D. What is the relevance today? The relevance today is the repetition of history. You have what you're seeing, what's happening in the world today is what already happened in the past. Second Peter chapter 3 mentioned that. If Second Peter mentioned the earth was underwater and before water, it's not just Noah. It was several times over. It happened several times over.
Francis,
Under
question.
the time, the millions and billions of years of the angelic dispensation, not Adamic dispensation. Adamic dispensation is what we call the human creation week. I hope Jason is very enough to listen.
Question.
Check it out. There are that's different angelic dispensation and human kind dispensation under Adam. But there's a humankind before Adam. But that's a hominid. Okay, Brother Menon.
So the repetition of history in nowadays, it is not like the do you mean the angels are created again, like the mutants, the X-Men, the same like Marvel, the Avenger, like something like that, or it is just the moral, the more moral attitude of this generation.
In the contender, the cartoonish drawing of Brother Jackson, the Brother Jackson contender, the earth split up and all the demons came out from the bottomless pit. That's the answer to Brother. That's it. In the middle of the week, that will happen. You have to expect that. What happened then is what happened in the past. What will God do? God will destroy the earth. Can you still zoom out this? So zoom this out. Because there will be a sudden, a dreadful day of the Lord. There will come a day where the world will be destroyed. Matthew 24, verse 23 or 22. There's
My
such a
question,
time as
will
this
they
that
create
we're in.
again, Brother Francis, will they create again a human, like a mutant, a person, or human have superpower, like the
It, will-
Nephilim
it
before?
has happened in the Garden of Eden. It has happened again in Genesis chapter 6. It's still happening again today. Today, ah. Don't wait for the tribulation because tribulation period is the time that they will run amok among humankind and the whole world will be destroyed. So you see that
This
Armageddon?
generation, like this young people nowadays, oh, the worldliness of the world,
They
is
will
that
be
what they
possessed, but
mean, or it is basically they are strong, they are like those who
not just.
are multi-millionaire person.
So what you're seeing wrestling, of course, although WWE is a joke. um, they're cheering the sports, etc. They're doing all kinds of diversions so that they could ignore God. That's what happened in Genesis 4, the lineage of Cain. That's what happened in Genesis 6 when the intermarriage of the lineage of Cain and the lineage of Adam. Let's go to the let's go to the eternity to eternity. Go to the tribulation period. So okay. So when I'm saying lineage of Cain and Adam, that's also there, no? Up there. But let's focus on Armageddon here. It's a better illustration. So what will happen in the middle of the week? There will be the possession. After in the middle of the week, when he makes cause sacrifice and offer.
Revelation chapter
oblation,
9, when the locusts come out from the bottomless pit.
That's the middle of the week. In Brother Gan's illustration, it's just a serpent up there. What came out from the beast from the bottomless pit. But it will be a great possession on earth. It happened in the past, it will happen again. It's time that God will bring the earth to a close. Then you see Armageddon there. You see again the second coming of Christ. It's a repetition of history. When God, remember in the days of Noah, as it was in the days of Lot, as it was in the days of Noah and Lot, it will be as it was in the days when the Son of Man is being revealed. It's not just revelation of Barbanam, but revelation of Jesus Christ himself coming back down here on earth. Titus 2:13, in great flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God and obey not his gospel. Know not, you're not Berean. Obey not, you are, of course, both Nicolaitan. No? Know not, you may also be lukewarm. You know not because you don't want to know. You don't obey. You already know, but you refuse to obey. That's Nicolaitan. Nicoluk. So what the relevance of this message, it's a glimpse of the past. If you go back to my recording about the fall of Satan, the fall of Lucifer, it's like the minister today. What happened today is what's happening in Genesis chapter 6. They were given in marriage. They marry or give in marriage, but it goes much further than that. The world goes immoral. They're no longer after family marriage life. They're no longer after God. They're after cute babies. Justify fornication by embracing cute babies without any leverage, without any training, without anything in return. So we're just ignorant animals
Bar
serving
Francis,
the purpose of the devil.
is it
Raising up cute
the full
babies.
Bar Francis is
Ah.
it the fully genetic engineering by the angels in the Armageddon when the king of the east and king of the earth gathered together in the valley of
Genetic engineering has already happened from the time of Adam.
fully because
So
what he
if you're talking
did
of the
in the
tribulation
past.
period, the devil has no time to genetic engineer there.
What I mean
It's
is
only bringing them to
what
war,
I mean is the
like what
when the
happened to the dinosaurs.
wait, it says in the Bible that the incarnation of the beast to the man of perdition.
It's not genetic engineering, it's possession. It's already in their flesh. Did you know that Paul said, what is in our body, in our flesh? Oh, wretched man that I am. Who shall deliver me from the body of this death? We are part of that genetically engineered sinful nature, mankind. But if part of being born again is to be, to come to fruition, to overcome, to be trained to overcome, and to be resurrected, to be transformed, to be glorified bodies. The whole humankind is part of this genetically engineered sinful nature in us. Whatever level you have power, you don't have power. Sometimes you have sickness instead, but it's a part of the fall. And deliverance from that is the resurrection. So our next topic will be born again, but being born again is a deeper meaning than just being saved from sin. Salvation from sin is a small part of that in the Logos. In the great plan of God, all nature is part of being born again. But we have not tackled letter B, no? Let's get back to our outline. So suffice it to say, I've mentioned letter D, the relevance. I've mentioned letter C, young and old earth. Oh, Sister Ed was not able to report on young and old earth. Okay, let me just summarize. You just research by yourself young and old earth when I gave the different applications in Genesis. What are the proponents for a young and old earth? Just research by yourselves. When God said, let us make man in our image, there was already man. When Christ said he was a murderer from the beginning, he murdered not just in the time of Cain, earlier in the beginning, in the fall of Satan, he was already a murderer. Even though the people he murdered are not in the image of God, still murder. Because right now, even if you kill people who are not Christians, it's still called murder. Okay? So, let us make man in our, okay, replenish the earth means refill the earth with what? With humankind again. When Adam was commanded to replenish the earth, the word replenish means to fill it again with what? With animals or with humankind. So when Cain was afraid to go out of the garden, when other people will find me, there are the people. They will kill me. Where did he get his wife? Will he wait for the daughters of his siblings? And how did he build a city? Where did he get the people? Remember, the lineage of Cain was separate from the lineage of Adam until they intermarried. Okay, letter B, ancient megaliths. We've not tackled that. I'm just gonna go very fast. Just show pictures about it, Sister Yed, so you can make use of it. Scientists are baffled with the megaliths. So, technological items. Like there were, okay, these are megaliths, Baalbek stones. They weigh thousands of tons. That's impossible for even for today's standards, for even today's cranes to make. The pyramid and many others. Baalbek, don't have a picture of that? The massive stones. How were they able to quarry that and put that in place? How were they able to melt those stones so that they fit exactly together? They're molded together. See that? There's an ancient civilization, ancient technology that we're just discovering again. Much like the restoration of apostolic doctrine. There was the original apostolic truth. There was the apostasy. There's the restoration. The same thing. We're just rediscovering what was technologically being used in ancient past. There was the Baghdad bar. You see that megalith? How will they transport that by themselves? There's supernatural power. There's a high technological power in transporting that. In my future topic about King Solomon's demons, there are demons that supernaturally, of course, what we call supernatural could also be technologically done. How are going to transport that by human effort? by people which didn't have any cranes. Even today's cranes could not lift them up. But people before, they didn't have cranes, metallic cranes. How will they transport it? How are we gonna put them in place? Remember, the Temple Mount made use of these massive stone blocks. So there are supernatural beings, aged thousands of years, that gave power to that. In Necronomicon and other writings, King Solomon was able to use the power of the demons given to him by the angel Michael or Gabriel. The rings that control the devils, the beginning of which witchcraft already existed before that. He just made use of that. But could it also be technological? Yes. Could you show other pictures of out of place artifacts? It shows like the hammer. There was a hammer. Oh, that's Antikythera mechanism. No? Do you have the hammer? I don't know the ball beds. Upper right side. Could you look for the hammer that was unearthed deep within the mountain? The mountain is aged millions of years old, hundreds of thousands of years old, but that's the hammer. Huh? That's out of place artifact. How could that hammer exist in the time before Adam? Before even there was a smelting of metallurgy. So there's a previous civilization before Adam. Okay, that's letter
How
B.
old how old is that hammer?
If you research that, it either hundreds of thousands of years to millions of years old. Whatever the date, it's before, way beyond Adam's time. So, from Brother Jackson, Brother Gans, stepping stone in denominational understanding of the gap theory, let's proceed it as let's move it on us, move up a step further. That they're not just primitive people, cavemen. They are civilized people, like the king of Tyre, like how God was alluding the king of Tyre to the Lucifer before his fall. Like Isaiah 14, Nebuchadnezzar, he weakened the nations. They predated Gobekli Tepe. Could you show Gobekli Tepe? When they carbon dated that, that was 10,000 years old, way beyond Adam's time. 5,000 years, 12,000 years old. Could you Google? Could you share screen Gobekli Tepe? Gobekli. The spelling is Bekli. The structures there, the megalithic structures there are 12,000 years old and way beyond. That goes way beyond the time of Adam. That has been my question long time ago until I saw a video about Cain, the biblical backup. Then I realized there's nothing wrong against the scriptures when they're technologically advanced before the time of Adam, because they were under the time of the angels. They were under the time of the angels. So the ancient alien conspirationists are partially true. The denominational understanding, let's go Bekli Tepe, na? They're dated 12,000 years and way beyond. So one basic scripture that is against the young earth believers is, if the world was just created in 6 days, where would you put the angels? Adam's creation is just several days old from the creation of the world? No. The angels fell way, way before the time of Adam. So there's an ancient civilization, even way before Adam. Satan murdered people. Satan murdered people, okay? That is not yet in the image of God. When God said, let us make man in the image, in our image. So man was not yet in the image of God. He was going to make another creation that will take over the world. The world was under the control of the devil. That's why the devil offered it to Jesus Christ. But Adam was a threat not because of jealousy. Adam was a threat because Adam would be given the same image as the original angels and be given dominion and control of the earth. If Adam overcame the test, he will take over the world. From Eden, he will gradually take over the world, and Satan will be pushed out of his dominion. But Adam fell. He sold out. He gave back control of the earth to the devil through the fall in Eden. So understand our position. So we are bound to take over the world. We're bound to take over the world in the millennium through Jesus Christ, second Adam. So we are supposed to be adopted into his. That's another story. Our topic next week will be about born again. It's part of God's process in creation, not just salvation. Salvation is a small part of creation. Redemption is a small part of creation. When God created the heavens and earth, within creation there is the fall and there is the restoration. There's the perfection. It's a subset of what's happening within creation. That's part of the revelation. So there's a previous ancient civilization that answers all these things. Okay, please give us a closing prayer. Bring back the outline, so we've at least we've touched on all of this, not in detail, not young and old earth. But go.
Lord, thank you for the wonderful topic, and I hope all those who will listen and those who listen to this broadcast, Lord, will enlighten and be blessed and understood those revelation that comes from you. And I hope Brother Francis will be blessed, and his physical health, his financial his financial, oh Lord, will be blessed also. And I hope those who help out also, Lord, will be blessed. Help out to make this broadcast come true. And I hope we can share this to our churches. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
It's already in their flesh. Did you know that Paul said, what is in our body, in our flesh? Oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? We are part of that genetically engineered sinful nature, mankind, that we have it. The whole humankind is part of this genetically engineered sinful nature in us. Whatever level you have power, you don't have power sometimes. You have sickness instead. We are part of that genetically engineered sinful nature, mankind. We have it. If part of being born again is to come to fruition, to overcome, to be trained, to deliverance from that is the resurrection.